Good morning, ma. Today we are going to discuss some theorems in ideals, ma. In the previous class we proceeded some problems, ma. Now we are going to do theorems in this ideals, ma. Right? Let us see theorem number 1 here. First theorem, ma. Simple theorem. Prove that every ideal of the ring is a subring of the ring. This is your theorem number 1. What is that statement, no? Prove that every ideal of the ring is a subring of the ring. Statement is clear for you. Let us take r comma plus comma dot is a ring, ma. If you can take any ideal of it, ma, you must show that ideal is what, ma? Subring of that ring, ma. Right? That means here I want to take u is an ideal of ideal of the ring r, ma. I want to show that u is what, ma? Subring of the ring, ma. Right? Clearly I am taking. Let u is an ideal of the ring r means what, ma? R comma plus comma dot, ma. Right? Let us consider that u is an ideal of the ring, ma. Ring r, ma. If we can show this u is subring of that ring, ma, you say every ideal of the ring is what, ma? Subring of the ring, ma. Right? But whenever u is an ideal of the ring, ma, is it u is a non-empty subset of r or not? Yes, it is absolutely correct. Actually, in order to show u is a subring of r, ma, first of all we must show u is what, ma? Non-empty subset of r. That condition we proved. You can now come on to subring test condition. According to subring test condition, ma, to prove this u is subring of r, it is sufficient to show that a minus b belongs to u and a into b belongs to u for all a comma b belongs to u. If you can show this condition, ma, you say this u is what, ma? Subring of ring r according to subring test, ma. Right? What is the meaning of this? Take a and b are elements of u, ma. If you can show a minus b belongs to u and a into b belongs to u, we say that u is what, ma? Subring of ring r. Right? For that, first I will take this, ma. This is internally given area, ma. Take it first, ma. Let a comma b belongs to u, right? But whenever u is an ideal of the ring, according to first property, two properties available now. Property number 1 is what, ma? A minus b belongs to u, and property number 2 is what, ma? RA belongs to u, AR belongs to u for all a belongs to u and r belongs to r. Here same, a comma b belongs to u implies according to first condition of ideal, a minus b belongs to u. First condition completed, right? Next once come out here, no? Here b is element of u, we know b is element of u, and u is subset of r means whenever b belongs to u, is it b belongs to r or no? Absolutely. U is subset of r means what, no? Whatever elements exist in u, all those should be in r. If b belongs to u means b should be in r, right? Because now I want to take these two conditions, no? That is, a is element of u, already we know, no? And here we got b belongs to r. A is element of u, here we got b belongs to r, no? And also u is an ideal of r. Yes, according to ideal definition, if a belongs to u, b belongs to r, a into b belongs to u or not, no? According to right ideal condition. In right ideal condition, we take instead of b r, small r belongs to r, a belongs to u. A into r should be in u or not whenever that u is ideal, according to right ideal condition. Here instead of r, what we have, small r, what we have, b. I mean from this, what do you say, a into b belongs to u. But actually this we got according to what condition, b belongs to u. That is, I mean this implies a into b belongs to u for all a belongs to u and b belongs to r means what, no? B should be element of u. Actually we got B belongs to R according to what condition? Basically B belongs to means this is true in this situation. Ade rasukona. AB belongs to you, for all A belongs to you and B belongs to you. Is it completes your second condition or not? This condition. Here for all A comma B belongs to you implies A minus B belongs to you and AB belongs to you. According to the definition of subring, is it U is subring of R or not? Therefore, U is a subring of ring R. Initially, we taken U is an ideal of ring. We proved that same U is a subring of R. From this word, you say every ideal of the ring is what? Subring of the ring. Hence, final conclusion is what? Every ideal of the ring is a subring of the ring. Every ideal of the ring is a subring of the ring. This is your theorem number 1, right? But once you say converse of this statement, what is that converse? If suppose you can take any subring of the ring, is it ideal of the ring or not? I mean converse of this statement is true or not? Here converse need not be true. Every subring of the ring need not be ideal of the ring. For that so many examples available. I am going to give one simple example now. Z is a subring of ring of real numbers R comma plus comma dot. Real number set R comma plus comma dot. Z is always subring of ring of real numbers, but Z is not ideal of that ring of real numbers R comma plus comma dot. Z is a subring of ring of real numbers but not ideal. Why this fails? Already in the example I explained while I am defining your ideal definition. There I given one example for not ideal. This example only I given, right? There left ideal, right ideal condition fails, right? In the similar way, one more example also you can take, because in the previous class we proceed it more. If you can take R is the set of R 2 by 2 matrices. Set of R 2 by 2 matrices whose elements are integers, and if you can take U is the set of all matrices A0, B0 such that A comma B belongs to Z. Already this we have done like problem. Then this U is subring of R. Here U is subring of R. This is 100% subring of R. If you want, you can verify these two conditions. That means let us take A is equal to A0, B0 and B take as what? Some C0, D0. Here find A minus B 100% in U and find A into B 100% in U. Just calculate these two things. It should be in U means these two conditions exist. Now we say this U is what? Subring of R, but it is not ideal of R. In the last class I proceed this one as problem. Once verify that solution, right? That means this is also best example to flops this condition, converse of this condition, right? I mean what is here? Every subring of the ring need not be ideal of the ring, but every ideal of the ring should be what? Subring of the ring according to this. This is about your first theorem in this situation. Yes. Now see theorem number 2. This is important theorem. Actually in ideals every theorem is very important. I am giving for few theorems important mark. But not only those theorems, even in this unimportant theorems also sometimes in the examination they are asking. Basically I am giving important means repeatedly they are asking in the examination, right? That is one of them. Now we are going to do theorem number 2, right? It is if R is a commutative ring with unity, if R is a commutative ring with unity and U is an ideal of R, U is an ideal of R with 1 belongs to U, then prove that U is equal to R. This is your statement ma. If R is a commutative ring with unity, that unity is 1 ma. 1 belongs to R is unity internally. They are not giving, but this 1 is unity in R ma. And U is an ideal of R. With 1 belongs to U, then prove that U is equal to R. Are you understood meaning of this property ma? This property meaning understand ayindandi? It is very simple thing ma. Let R is a commutative ring with unity. Ring with unity means their unity element must exist. That unity element we taken as 1 ma, right? And if U is an ideal of R, and if that unity in R is element of that ideal ma, in such case U and R one and the same ma. This is improper ideal, you say. U equal to R means what ma? U is improper ideal of R. Non-trivial ideal of R. Sorry, trivial ideal of R, my big fault ma. U equal to R means what ma? U should be trivial ideal of R ma. Understood or not? The meaning అర్థమైందమ్మా అమ్మ R అనేది కామ్యుటేటివ్ రింగ్ విత్ యూనిటీ అవుతూ అందులో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యి ఆర్లో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యే యూనిటీ ఎలిమెంట్ ఐడియల్లో కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యింది అనుకోండి, దట్ ఐడియల్ అండ్ దట్ రింగ్ వన్ అండ్ ద సేమ్, U is equal to R ma. This is your condition ma. But theoretically we have to show this, and in somewhere again we have to write this proof ma. ఇది ఇండివిజువల్గా ఇంపార్టెంట్ మా. Somewhere in other theorems also have to write proof of this ma, right? But first I am taking all given conditions ma. In the statement they are giving that R is a commutative ring with unity and U is an ideal of R with 1 belongs to U. R and 1 belongs to U. These are the given conditions ma. But whenever U is an ideal of R ma, is it U is non-empty subset or equal to R or not? Or directly you can write U is subset or equal to R or not? Perfectly ma. Amma, already I told ma, in this total unit or in this total our algebra subject ma, wherever you want to show two sets are equal to each other ma, we must show that one is subset or equal to other ma. If we can show U is subset or equal to R and R is subset or equal to U ma, on combining this you get U is equal to R ma. Anywhere if you want to show two sets are equal ma, you must show one is subset or equal to other like this ma. If you can show these two conditions, you get your required U equal to R. In that directly this one we got here ma. U subset or equal to R by the definition of ideal you got ma. Now I want to show this R is subset or equal to U ma. But when do you say R is subset or equal to U ma? Whatever elements exist in R, all those should be in U ma. R లో ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ అన్నీ కూడా యూలో ఉన్నవని ప్రూవ్ చేసినాం అనుకోండి, యూ సే ఆర్ ఈజ్ సబ్సెట్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు యూ మా. ఫర్ దట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు టేక్ వన్ జనరల్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఎక్స్ ఇన్ ఆర్ మా. ఐ విల్ డూ సమ్ మ్యాథమెటికల్ వర్క్ ma. Somewhere I will get x belongings to U ma. Like this you can show for every x belongs to R implies x belongs to U means what ma? R is subset or equal to U ma. Like this I want to show this condition. For that I want to take one general element x belongs to R ma, right? Let us consider that x belongings to R ma, right? Here once look ma, 1 belongs to U, x belongs to R and U is ideal of R ma. Then according to the ideal definition, is it 1 into x belongs to U or not? According to left ideal condition, that work I am proceeding ma. Clearly those steps I am writing ma. We know that 1 belongs to U and U is an ideal of R. Ma, ఇక్కడ 1 belongs to U and x belongs to R, so that 1 into x belongs to U whenever U is ideal according to left ideal condition, that I am writing more 1 into x belongings to U. Any problem is there? But 1 into x means what ma? Is it x or not? This implies we say x belongings to U, right? Initially we proceed x belongs to R, we proved that same x belongs to U ma. Like this we can show for every x belongings to R implies x belongs to U ma. From this what do you say ma? Is it R is subset or equal to U or not? This gives what ma? Whatever elements exist in R, all those should be in U ma. So that R is subset R equal to U ma. Let it be, this is number 2 ma. Now combine relations 1 and 2 ma. From 1 and 2 implies U is equal to R. Is it completes our condition or not? Absolutely, right? But what is the meaning of this ma? If U is an ideal of commutative ring with unity ma, if that unity element is element of U ma, then U and R one and the same ma. Amma R lo unity element exist అవుతూ U అనేది R కి ఐడియల్ అవుతూ ఆ R లో ఉన్న యూనిటీ ఐడియల్ లో కూడా ఉంది అనుకోండి. అమ్మ R లో ఉన్న యూనిటీ ఐడియల్ లో ఉండాలి అనే రూల్ లేదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ కంపల్సరీ. What if one ideal exists in R, it is not compulsory exist in U ma. R లో ఉన్న యూనిటీ U లో ఉండాలి అనే రూల్ లేదు. సపోజ్ R లో ఉన్న యూనిటీ U లో కూడా ఉంది అనుకోండి, then that U and R one and the same ma. U is equal to R ma. This completes your theorem number 2 ma, right? Yes, next theorem number 3 ma, another important theorem ma. Prove that every field has no proper ideals. No proper ideals. Or the same statement you can proceed like this ma. If R is a field, then prove that singleton 0 and R are only ideals of R. This is your new statement. Both are one and the same. Every field has no proper ideals. ఒక ఫీల్డ్కి ప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ కాలేదు అంటే ఏంటి? ఓన్లీ ఇంప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ వచ్చినట్టు కదా. దీస్ ఆర్ ఇంప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ మా అంటే ఇదే స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏమని అడగచ్చమ్మా? ప్రూవ్ దట్ ఎవ్రీ ఫీల్డ్ హ్యాస్ ఇంప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ ఓన్లీ, ట్రివియల్ ఐడియల్స్ ఓన్లీ. అదర్వైజ్ every field has no non-trivial ideals. No non-trivial ideals. Non-trivial means what ma? Proper or not ma? Understood or not ma? Right? Otherwise this is clear statement ma. If R is a field, then this R has singleton 0 and R only ideals ma. Singleton 0 and R are what ma? Improper ideals or not? These are only ideals of R means what ma? It has no proper ideals ma. దానికి ఐడియల్స్ రెండే ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయినవి అంటే ఆ రెండు కూడా ఏంటమ్మా? ఇంప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ ఆర్ నాట్. మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ నో ప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్. దిస్ వన్ అండ్ ద సేమ్. బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అగైన్ వన్ ప్రాపర్టీ. ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ ఎనీ ఫీల్డ్ మా, జస్ట్ ఇంప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ ఓన్లీ ఎగ్జిస్ట్, ప్రాపర్ ఐడియల్స్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్. దట్ ఈస్ అబౌవ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ మీనింగ్. బట్ థియరిటికల్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు షో దిస్ కండిషన్ మా. టు ప్రూవ్ దిస్ కండిషన్, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ I want to take R comma plus comma dot is a field, right? And U is an ideal of R ma. Now we have to show that either U equal to singleton 0 or U equal to R. That completes your total work ma. Those lines only I am going to write ma. Let R comma plus comma dot is a field and U is ideal of R. Right? Now we have to show that మనం ప్రూవ్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటో నేను క్లియర్గా రాస్తున్నానండి. Now we have to show that either U is equal to singleton 0 or U is equal to R. That means whenever U is ideal of R, either U equal to 0 or U equal to R means what ma? U has just improper ideals only. There is no proper ideal. That is the meaning of above statement ma. Right? But here once look ma, whenever U is an ideal of R ma, is it U is non-empty subset of R or not? That word first I am writing ma. Given that internally ma, U is an ideal of R, this implies U is non-empty subset of R ma. Right? Keep this result aside ma. In the next step ma, I want to take U is not equal to singleton 0 here ma. I will show U equal to R. That completes your total condition ma. I mean whenever U is not equal to singleton 0, U equal to R means what ma? Either U equal to singleton 0. If U is not equal to singleton 0, U must be equal to R means total facilities for U are what ma? Only two. Either U equal to singleton 0 or U equal to R. Means what ma? Singleton 0 and R are improper ideals ma. I mean R has no proper ideals. That completes your total work. Understood or not ma? Amma, in the next step నేను ఏమనుకుంటాను, I want to take U is not equal to singleton 0 ma. Here if we can show U equal to R, that completes your total proof ma. Meaning of that is what ma? Either U is singleton 0. If U is not equal to singleton 0, U should be what ma? Equal to R. Means U has only two ideals. Those are singleton 0 or R. Only two ideals, singleton 0 and R ma. From that you can conclude your statement ma. That R has just improper ideals only. That work we are taking. ఇక్కడ అర్థమైందమ్మా, ఇది కానప్పుడు ఇదే అవుతుంది అని ప్రూవ్ చేయండి అంటే ఈ రెండే రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది అన్నట్టు అక్కడ. అంటే ఇంప్రాపరే ఉంటాయి, ప్రాపర్ లేదు అన్నట్టు. బట్ U ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ 0 ఇంటర్నల్ మీనింగ్ ఈజ్ వాట్ మా? U ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ 0 అంటే U 0కి ఈక్వల్ కాదు అని కాదమ్మా. ఇన్ దిస్ U సెట్ అదర్ దెన్ 0 వన్ ఎలిమెంట్ షుడ్ బి ఎగ్జిస్ట్. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ U ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ 0. U ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ 0 అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటమ్మా? U అనే సెట్లో 0 అనే ఎలిమెంట్ కాకుండా అదర్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఏదో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యింది. యాక్చువల్గా U అనేది ఐడియల్ అయ్యిందంటే 100% U 0 షుడ్ బి ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ U మా. U మస్ట్ కంటైన్స్ 0 మా. 0 అనే ఎలిమెంట్ లేకుండా అడిటివ్ ఐడెంటిటీ కదా 0 అంటే. 0 లేకుండా మనకు ఐడియలే రాదు. U ఐడియల్ అయ్యిందంటే 100% 0 ఉంటుంది. U ఈజ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు సింగిల్టన్ 0 మీన్స్ వాట్ మా? అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ 0 ఇన్ దిస్ U సెట్ సమ్ మోర్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ మా. I mean non-zero elements exist in U possible ma. For my convenience I want to take A is not equal to 0 belongings to U ma. Understood or not? U లో 0 కాకుండా ఇంకా ఏదో అదర్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది అనే మీనింగ్ వచ్చిందమ్మా. ఆ అదర్ ఎలిమెంటే A తీసుకున్నానమ్మా, రైట్? బట్ వెన్ ఎవర్ A is not equal to 0 belongs to U ma, is it A is not equal to 0 belongs to R or not? Absolutely. Because U is subset of R ma. U is ideal means what ma? It should be subset of R ma. Whatever elements exist in U, all those should be in R. A U లో ఉంది అంటే A R లో కూడా ఉంటుంది, which is non-zero element ma. But what is R here ma? Field. R is a field means what ma? According to the field definition, every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse ma. Here A is not equal to 0 means what ma? There exists A inverse. Means inverse of A ma. అదే కండిషన్ రాస్తున్నామా. A is not equal to 0 belongs to R ma. Then there exists A inverse belongs to R such that A into A inverse is equal to 1, which equal to A inverse into A. Here 1 is unity. In this total chapter we are going to take 1 is unity. Be careful ma. Understood or not? Meaning అర్థమైందా అమ్మా? A U లో ఉందంటే A R లో కూడా ఉంటుంది. బట్ A అనేది R లో ఎలా ఉంటుంది? నాన్ జీరో ఎలిమెంట్. బట్ ఆర్ ఈజ్ ఏ ఫీల్డ్ కాబట్టి ఎవ్రీ నాన్ జీరో ఎలిమెంట్కి మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. అదే రాసినాం. ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ ఈజ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఏ మీన్స్ వాట్ మా? ఏ ఇంటూ ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ షుడ్ బి యూనిటీ ఎలిమెంట్ ఇన్ ఆర్ మా. యూనిటీ ఎలిమెంట్ ఈజ్ వాట్ మా? 1. లెట్ ఇట్ బి దిస్ ఇస్ రిలేషన్ నెంబర్ 1. కీప్ ఎ సైడ్ మా. ఇది పక్కన పెట్టేద్దామమ్మా, రైట్? అగైన్ హియర్ ఏ ఈజ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ యూ వి నో మా, అండ్ ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ ఈజ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్. Already you know ma. Here we have A inverse as well as U is what ma? Ideal of R ma. And also clearly I am writing U is ideal of R ma. According to ideal definition ma, is it A into A inverse belongs to U or not ma? According to right ideal condition. Any problem is there? అమ్మ ఏ యూలో ఉంది, ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ స్మాల్ ఆర్ అనుకోండి, స్మాల్ ఆర్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు యూ ఆర్ మా. వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ ఈజ్ ఐడియల్, ఏ ఇంటూ ఆర్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు యూ ఆర్ నాట్, దట్ కండిషన్ ఓన్లీ ఐ రిటర్న్ హియర్. బట్ వాట్ ఈజ్ ఏ ఇంటూ ఏ ఇన్వర్స్ మా? 1. సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ హియర్ మా. దిస్ ఇంప్లాయిస్ 1 బిలాంగింగ్స్ టు యూ. లెట్ ఇట్ బి దిస్ ఈజ్ రిలేషన్ నెంబర్ 2. బెటర్ ఫర్ అవర్ కన్వీనియన్స్ సిన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 1. I mean here U is an ideal of R and 1 belongs to U. According to theorem number 1, previous theorem ma, is it U equal to R or not ma? But actually here complete theorem number 1 proof you have to write ma, right? I am giving here by theorem number 1, by theorem number 2, not theorem number 1 ma. By previous theorem, before this theorem I am writing conclusion ma, but you have to write complete proof of it ma. I am writing directly like this ma. By theorem number 2 or previous theorem ma. Clearly I am indicating, write down proof of it. Actually here what we got ma? U is an ideal of R and 1 belongs to U, where R is a commutative ring with unity because R is a field. According to previous theorem, whenever 1 belongs to U, is it U equal to R or not? I mean, write down this complete proof, you get U is equal to R. In our notes, in the material, I proceed to complete this theorem proof here in the middle. But I am writing here simply by theorem number 2. In the examination, don't write like this. That theorem number 2 proof right here, you get this. That's all. Whenever U is not equal to singleton 0, you got U equal to R. Means what, either U equal to singleton 0. If U is not equal to singleton 0, U should be what, R. Means R has only two ideals. Those are singleton 0 and R. That condition you get, right? That is singleton 0 and R are only ideals of ring R or field R. Therefore, every field has no proper ideals. That's all. Whenever you can take a field, just improper ideals only exist. There won't be proper ideal. This is again one of the strong property. Yes. Now see theorem number 4. If R is a commutative ring, and A belongs to R, then prove that this set RA, which is set of all elements small r into A such that small r belongings to capital R is an ideal of R. This also individually important, and this one again we are going to do some other theorem also. I mean, this proof you have to write in the other theorem also. Statement is completely clear for you. What is that statement? They given that R is a commutative ring and A is one of the element of R. Now they form new set. What is that set? For each element of R, we are multiplying with this fixed element A on right side. For each element of R, on right side we are multiplying with this A. Whatever elements we got, that elements we proceed as one set. That set we are denoting with what? Capital RA. This is basically capital RA set formation. Sometimes in the examination they are not giving this definition, simply they are giving like this. If R is a commutative ring and A belongs to R, then prove that RA is an ideal of R. You have to remember, RA means what? For each element of R, multiply with A on right side. That means this. Set of all elements, small r into A such that small r belongs to capital R. That is RA set. Now we have to show this RA set is what? Ideal of R. This is your above statement. Yes, first I am writing all given conditions here. In the statement, they are giving that R is a commutative ring and A is element of R, and also your new set RA is what? The set of all elements small r into A such that small r belongs to capital R. Now we have to show this RA is ideal of R. To proceed that complete definition, you have to proceed more. In that definition, two conditions you have to show more, right? Instead of U, what we have? RA set more. First of all, I want to show this RA set is what? Non-empty subset of R. Especially first non-empty I want to show more. We know this condition more. We know that 0 can be written as 0 into A. Any problem is there? 0 can be written as 0 into A. 0 into A is 0 or not? Absolutely. But this is element of RA set because this A is same. 0 belongs to R. Now 0 belongs to R, so that 0 into A should be in where? RA set. Like that, this is element of RA. I mean 0 should be element of RA. Basically 0 is element of ring R. That 0 is 100% element of this RA set. So that is it RA is non-empty set or not? Absolutely. And by the definition of this RA set itself, this RA is a subset of R. How is it possible? Basically R is element of R, A is element of R. So that R into A, according to multiplicative closure property, this R into A is also element of R. I mean, whatever elements exist in this RA, all those are basically elements of R. With that you say RA is what? Subset R equal to R, right? To prove RA is ideal of R, first of all we must show it is non-empty subset of R. That we proved, right? Next, let us go to our basic conditions, ideal conditions. First condition I am taking, for that I want to take two elements in RA, X and Y. Let us take X and Y elements in RA such that X is equal to something like R1 into A, X is equal to R1 into A, and Y is equal to R2 into A, where R1 and R2 are what? Elements of ring R. Understood or not this one? Actually, X belongs to RA means X should be in this element formation or not. What is this element formation? Element of R into A. This R1 is element of R, so that R1 into A should be element of RA or not. That we are taking as X. In the similar way, Y belongs to RA means what? Y should be in this RA element formation, element of R into A. Here R2 is element of R, so that R2 into A should be element of RA or not. That we taken as Y. Understood or not? We taken two elements X and Y in RA, so that those two should be in the form of that RA set element. That we proceed. Our first condition is whenever X comma Y belongs to RA, we must show that X minus Y belongs to RA. That is the common area for left and right ideal condition. First I am doing that. For that, let us find X minus Y here. What is X? R1 into A minus Y is what? R2 into A. This we can write as R1 minus R2 into A. This A we taken common, but you must write on right side only. That arrangement is very important. Don't write this as A into R1 minus R2. That is wrong approach. Just we use it here, right distributive line directly. Now I am proceeding that this is element of RA. But when do you say this is element of RA? If R1 minus R2 is element of R, so then you say this into this should be element of RA set. I am telling that this R1 minus R2 should be element of R due to this reason. Basically, R1 minus R2 belongs to R for all R1 comma R2 belongs to R. Any problem is there? Basically, R1 and R2, those are elements of R. Every ring is always subring of it. So that R1 minus R2 should be element of R. Any problem is there? Whenever R1 minus R2 element of R1, R1 minus R2 into A should be what? Element of RA or not? But this total thing equal to what? X minus Y. Now here we say X minus Y belongings to RA. Like this we can show for all X comma Y belongings to RA. This is first condition. In ideal definition we completed. Next condition. Let R for all small r belongings to capital R and X belongings to RA implies we must show that R into X belongings to RA and X into R belongs to RA. Then you say RA is ideal of R. But already we know whenever X belongs to RA, X should be in what formation? R1 into A, where R1 belongs to R. Here I want to substitute that. This R I want to keep as it is. X belongs to RA means what is the value of X? R1 into A I substituted here. But basically R1 and A, R1 and A, all those are elements of ring or not, which can satisfy multiplicative associative property. According to that, we can shift bracketing position from here to here. I mean, this we can write as R into R1 into A. Any problem is there? But already we know that R into R1 should be element of R for all R belongs to R, comma R1 belongs to R. Understood or not? Amma R lo undi, R lo undi, R1 R lo undi, R is ideal. Right? Sorry, R is ring, commutative ring or ring. Ring ayindante according to multiplicative closure property. Is it R into R1 in R or not? Absolutely. If R into R1 in R means this is element of R, so that this into A should be element of where? Is it RA or not? Due to this reason. But this total thing equal to what? Rx. I mean here we got Rx belongs to Ra. This keep aside. Up to here left ideal part is completed. Next go for right ideal. What is that right ideal condition ma? We must show that x into R is also element of Ra. For that I taken this one separately. But what is x here ma? R1A into R. Any problem is there? But already we know that R1 and R both are elements of R ma, which is commutative ring. So that R1 A you can write as A R1 R0 according to commutative property. This we are going to write A into R1 into R. Clearly I am writing the reason. Sorry, wait. Just here I am using first associative property ma. According to associative property you can shift bracketing position from here to here ma. I mean this you can write as what ma? R1 into AR. R1 into AR according to multiplicative associative property in R ma. Here let us use commutative property. According to commutative property, AR can be written as what ma? RA R0. Yes, this is equal to R1 into RA. Since reason is what ma? R and A both are elements of ring R, and R is what ma? A commutative ring. R is commutative. Directly I am writing ma. Right? So that AR you can write as RA ma. Again here use associative property ma. With that you can write it as what ma? R1 into R into A. That means we are shifting brackets from here to here according to multiplicative associative property in R ma. Right? But again here you know R1 belongs to R and R belongs to R ma. According to multiplicative closure property in R, is it R1 into R is element of R or not? So that this should be element of what ma? RA. Due to what reason? Since R1 into R belongs to R, for all R1 belongs to R and R belongs to R ma. Understood or not? Here R1 is element of R and R is element of R and R is a ring. According to multiplicative closure property, R1 into R should be element of R. Whenever this is element of R, this into A should be element of RA. That we proceed there now, right? Once look, basically this total thing equal to what ma? XR. I mean here what we got ma? X into R belongs to RA. That's all ma. We proved x minus y belongs to RA, Rx belongs to RA, XR belongs to RA for all x comma y belongs to RA and for all R belongs to R ma. Then is it RA is ideal of R or not? By the definition of ideal. Therefore, RA is an ideal of R. This completes your theorem. If R is a commutative ring and A belongs to R, then prove that this set RA equal to small r into A such that small r belongs to capital R is an ideal of R. Again, this property how to remember. In important theorem, we are going to use this one as one property. Property ga use cheyalsi untundamma. Any doubt here? But indro I am not giving number for that. Simply I am writing theorem only because theorem number 4 and this theorem 1 and the same. Here instead of RA, I am writing AR set ma. What is that AR set? For each element of R multiply with A on left side ma, which is what ma? Small a into R such that small r belongs to capital R is an ideal of R. This is your new theorem. In the similar manner you can do. Same manner ma, instead of RA let us take AR and proceed the same work on left side of A ma, right? Intakunde right side of A తీసుకున్నాము, ఇప్పుడు left side of A operation proceed కండి ma, right? Same work you have to do ma, but what is the statement? If R is a commutative ring and A belongs to R, then prove that AR equal to set A small a into R such that small r belongs to capital R is an ideal of R ma, right? I am not explaining this because here also same logic you have to proceed. But in our material, in our notes ma, I proceed this solution. I mean this proof I already done there ma, I had done there ma, right? Once go through it ma, easily you can understood ma. I am not doing this ma, but this and this one and the same, no change at all logically. Here AR set, here RA set we proceed. Nothing changes there ma, right? This is about your theorem number 4 related area ma. Now let us see theorem number 5 ma. It is almost converse part of theorem number 3 ma. This is also important theorem. Individually important, in other theorem also have to write this complete proof ma. The theorem statement is, if R is a commutative ring with unity, if R is a commutative ring with unity, then prove that R is a field. R is a field if R has no proper ideals. If R has no proper ideals. Once again I am repeating the statement ma. If R is a commutative ring with unity and if R has no proper ideals, then you have to show that R is a field ma. Meaning of the statement understood or not? If we can take R is commutative ring and it has unity ma, and if that R has just improper ideals only, there is no proper ideal, means what ma? R has singleton 0 and R itself, these are the only ideals of it ma. In such case that commutative ring with unity is 100% what ma? Field ma. But theoretically that we have to show. What is that ma? Whenever you can take a R is a commutative ring with unity and R has no proper ideals, then we must show that R is what ma? Field. Clearly those lines I am writing ma. In the statement they are giving that R is a commutative ring with unity that unity element generally we are taking 1 ma, and if R has no proper ideals and has no proper ideals, given that R is a commutative ring with unity and R has no proper ideals means singleton 0 and R are the only ideals of it ma. What we have to show here ma? Now we have to show that R is a field, but already R is what here ma? Commutative ring with unity. To prove this commutative ring with unity is a field ma, it is sufficient to show that every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse ma. ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ R is commutative ring with unity మా, అది ఫీల్డ్ కావాలంటే ఇంకా ఎక్స్ట్రా ప్రాపర్టీ ఏముంది మనకు అక్కడ ఫీల్డ్లో? నాన్ జీరో మల్టిప్లికేటివ్ ఇన్వర్స్ ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్ మా. Just you have to show that condition. That means here it is sufficient to show that every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse ma. That completes your total work. So that you say R is a field ma, right? Yes, those words I am writing here ma. Now we have to show that R is a field. For this it is sufficient to prove that every non-zero element of R, has multiplicative inverse. If we can show this condition, it is enough ma, right? For that, in this R I want to take a non-zero element ma. Let A is not equal to 0 belongs to R, means what ma? A is non-zero element of R. If we can show here there exists A inverse in R, that completes your total work ma. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మనం చేయాల్సింది ఏంటమ్మా? A కి ఇన్వర్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది అని ప్రూవ్ చేస్తే చాలు. That completes your total work ma, right? For that I want to define one new set ma. Let us define that new set is RA set. In the previous question only how RA set is what ma? The set of all elements of small r into A such that small r belongs to R ma. Whenever A is not equal to 0 ma, is it RA is never be equal to singleton 0 or not? Absolutely. A not equal to 0 అయిందంటే R into A తో ఫామ్ చేసినప్పుడు 0 కాకుండా ఈ RAలో సమ్ అదర్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ కూడా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతాయి, నాన్ జీరో ఎలిమెంట్స్ కూడా. Meaning of that is what ma? RA never be equal to singleton 0 ma, right? Any problem? But already we know that RA is an ideal of R ma. We know that Already in that previous theorem we proved RA is an ideal of R. No need to write proof here. Just remember like property. Theorem number 4 you have to remember like property, right? You know that RA is what ideal of R. Here once look RA is an ideal of R and RA is not equal to 0 and R has only improper ideals. Actually R కి ideal అయ్యిందంటే RA should be improper ideal only because R has just improper ideals only. Improper ideal means what RA either equal to singleton 0 or RA equal to R. But already here what we got RA is not equal to singleton 0 so that RA must be equal to what here R or not. This implies RA is equal to R. Reason is what R has no proper ideals. R की improper ideals exist అయితావంటే RA R की ideal అయ్యిందంటే either singleton 0 అన్న కావాలి, singleton 0 కావాలంటే కంపల్సరీ ఏం కావాలి RA equal to R కావాలి. Here RA is not equal to singleton 0 so that RA must be equal to what R and already we know that this R has unity. That unity generally we are going to take in this chapter 1 that condition I am writing let 1 belongs to R be unity. That means 1 is unity element in R Here we have RA equal to R and 1 belongs to R means 1 should be element of RA or not. Absolutely. R RA రెండు సేమ్ సెట్స్ 1 అనేది R లో ఉందంటే RA లో కూడా ఉంటుందా లేదా? That condition I am writing. This implies 1 belongs to R I mean sorry 1 belongs to RA any problem? But whenever 1 belongs to RA 1 should be element of this RA formation or not. అంటే ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ ఇంటూ ఏ ఈ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ నేను బీగా తీసుకుంటున్నా ఫర్ మై కన్వీనియన్స్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ లైక్ దిస్ దిస్ ఇంప్లాయిస్ 1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు బి ఇంటూ ఏ వేర్ బి బిలాంగింగ్స్ టు ఆర్. అర్థమైందా లేదమ్మా? 1 ఆర్లో ఆర్ఏలో ఉంది అంటే 1 ఆర్లో ఉంది అంటే ఆర్ఏలో ఉంటుంది డ్యూ టు దిస్ రీజన్. 1 ఆర్ఏలో ఉందంటే 1 షుడ్ బి ఈ ఎలిమెంట్ ఫార్మేషన్లో ఉండాలి కదా ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ ఇంటూ ఏ. హియర్ బి ఈజ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ అన్నాను. So that 1 can be written as what B into A Any problem is there? From this what do you say Is it B is multiplicative inverse of A or not? Amma ee rendu multiply chese unity element ochindante these two are inverse to each other or not? That means B should be what multiplicative inverse of A. Therefore B is multiplicative inverse of A. Like this you can show, like this we can show for all A is not equal to 0 belongs to R. Initially we taken A is non-zero element of R like this you can show for every non-zero element of R multiplicative inverse exists B is inverse of A for all A is not equal to 0 belongs to R means what every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse. Clearly I am writing that is every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse. ఇక్కడ అదే కదా మనం ప్రూవ్ చేసింది multiplicative inverse, right? That's all initially R is a commutative ring with unity and we proved what every non-zero element of R has multiplicative inverse. From this what do you say therefore R is a field. This completes your proof. Initially we taken R is a commutative ring with unity and R has no proper ideals and we proved what R is a field This is about your theorem number 5. Again I said this is individually important and immediately in the next case only, next theorem only we are going to write this complete proof This is about your theorem number 5 right? Yes. Now let us see next very important theorem theorem number 6. So many times the exam lo vachindi repeated question for you, right? It is if R is a commutative ring with unity then prove that R is a field if and only if R has no proper ideals. This is your statement. If R is a commutative ring with unity, then prove that R is a field if and only if R has no proper ideals. In these two conditions available ma, if part only if part ma, necessary part and sufficient part ma. For both conditions, common area is what ma? R is a commutative ring with unity. First I am writing that common area here ma. In the statement what they are giving ma? They are giving that R is a commutative ring with unity. Right? Now I am going to do if part as case number 1, only if part I am doing as case number 2. What is that case number 1 ma? If R is a field, then we have to show that R has no proper ideals. That one I am doing as case number 1 ma. If R is a field, then we have to show that R has no proper ideals. Right? Is it a statement of your theorem number 3 or not? Once go to your theorem number 3 ma. What is that? If R is a commutative ring with unity, then and if R is a field, then R has no proper ideals ma, right? That is your theorem number 3. Every field has no proper ideals I given na. Meaning of this is every field has no proper ideals. That one only ma. Write down complete proof of theorem number 3 ma, right? Here clearly I am writing. Write down proof of theorem number 3 ma, in this unit. I mean in this chapter. That completes your case number 1. Once look there. Next let us go for case number 2 ma. That is reverse order of this statement. If R has no proper ideals ma, we must show that R is what ma? Field. If R has no proper ideals, then we have to show that R is a field. Yes, is it your theorem number 5 or not? If R, this is a common area, already a common area written. If R is a commutative ring with unity and R has no proper ideals, then we proved what ma? R is a field. Write down complete proof of theorem number 5 ma. Clearly I am writing here. Write down proof of theorem number 5. This completes your total statement, right? If R is a commutative ring with unity, then R is a field if and only if R has no proper ideals, right? This is about your theorem number 6, which is very, very important ma. Already I told ma, individually theorem number 3, theorem number 5 practice ma. Here write down those proofs here ma. That's all. Individually they may ask. Otherwise, if they can give this statement, both theorem proofs write down, that completes your total very important theorem in this situation, right? This is about your today's class.